Hi guys, it's Arsh here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's session, we're going to be talking about how to systemize and actually be able to manage your property from anywhere remotely in the country, even in the world. So as we record this, I'm actually based in Spain. I've just come on a cruise ship. I'm going to introduce you to one of my property friends in a moment. And he's got a large number of properties and into the thousands of tenants. So as we record this, I'm currently in Spain. Please accept the background noise. Now, I need a small favor from you. If you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell, every time I get to release a property, you get to get notified of it. So, as you may be aware, this property channel is sponsored by the Property Investor app, which is the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. Whether you're looking for that B&B deal, that rent-to-rent deal, that lease option deal, we've got them all there. There are two ways to get involved. You can either go to the website, which is propertyinvestораpp.co.uk, or you can go to the App Store, type in Property Investor and download it straight from there. Now, I'm going to introduce you to a young man. His name is Jim Haliburton. I'm going to tell him to keep it short and sweet today. So both Jim and I say, hi Jim.
Hi, how you doing?
So we're currently in Spain, one of the ports, because we've just come off that cruise ship that you might be able to see in the background just there. And we're here for Jim's birthday. So first of all, happy birthday, Jim.
Thank you.
But we're here to also enjoy a bit of time and have a bit of rest and recuperation. Now, Jim and I, between us, we've got the best part of 2,500 tenants between us. So we've built a decent business. We're within close proximity of each other. So I'm based in Wolverhampton. Jim is based in Darlaston. So we're approximately 5 miles apart. But between us, we're two of the largest landlords within the area. Now, we've both got different views on our landlording style. So Jim, my friend here, he prefers to be a bit more of a hands-on approach. And he's going to give you an example of what a hands-on landlord looks like. And I'm going to give you almost like a contradicting view as to how I prefer to be pretty hands-off and how I've dealt with some of the mini tasks that have cropped up whilst I've been away, but I've not had to physically deal with anything. So Jim, I'm going to give you a time limit because I know that you can talk. So HMO Daddy, you've obviously got that name from being a giant within the industry. What can you tell me about HMOs? Why do you like being so hands-on with your HMO?
Right, I believe you've got to be hands-on because you've got to be able to do the business yourself. The idea that it's a passive income is wrong. If you want to be passive, do single let. HMOs, the successful, profitable HMO landlords are the ones who do it themselves. However, you can, as I am, I won't be here, and I have no problems at home because I've got staff to take care of it. But you've got to build up that team of staff, which take a lot of time, and it can be very difficult.
So what you're saying, to start with, run the business yourself. Run the business yourself. So learn every aspect of the business yourself. If a tenant needs a TV, you go out and get the TV, you put it in place, you understand how the process works so that eventually when you do get staff, you train them in the most efficient manner so that you no longer have to do it. Is that correct?
That's right. You don't want them learning the mistakes, making the mistakes, wasting the time that you've learned to take the shortcuts too. So you can find out for yourself, know how to do it. I've written a manual how to do it, which I give to all my staff, saying this is what you do in a particular situation.
Is there a way that they can download that?
Yep, you can go on to hmodaddy.com. There's a small fee charge for it. You get a download of my manual. It's called the Operating Standards, and it shows you how to do every aspect of the business.
Okay, fine. So rule number one, get to know your property business, how it operates. Now, we're going to move on to that because as we record this, I've said it a couple of times, we're in Spain. So we no longer have to be in that position where we're running around. So step number two, once we've got staff and they've systemized it, now we get to a point where pretty much I'd like to think I am now, where I don't have to go and visit tenants. I don't even have to do viewings. I don't even have to take calls from tenants. And the reason why I do that is because I think that we've worked hard enough over the last 20 years. I'm not suggesting it's going to take 20 years for you to get to this stage, but it may take a bit of time. But you get to a point where you actually get to relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Would you agree, Jim?
Yeah, except I don't believe it's work because I just enjoy it. Every day is a great time. I'm enjoying myself now. But I enjoy going out and working with my tenants and dealing with them. So to me, I don't distinguish work from pleasure. The old saying, if you do what you love doing, you don't work a day in your life.
So I had a slight issue. Well, I had 2 vacancies before I came on this cruise, and we've got the properties listed on platforms like Spare Room, Open Rent, Gumtree, and we've been having some inquiries. Now the inquiries have been going directly through to my virtual assistant. So here's another tip: get a virtual assistant. Now when the inquiry goes through to my virtual assistant then sends the prospective lead a video of the property. So we've got a video pretty much every room within the portfolio. They send them a link to the video where the person can watch it. Off the back of that, we then cross out pretty much 8 out of every 10 inquiries, because it may not be the property they're looking for, maybe too big, maybe too small, may not be within budget, lots of different reasons. Now, after they've watched the virtual viewing, the 2 people that may be interested, they're the 2 that we want to spend our time to go and now meet at the property. Would you agree, Jim?
Yep.
Because then we've cut our workload by 80%. And off the back of that now, we're meeting 2 people, and really, they've liked the video, they already like the property. We're now meeting them just so that they can physically check that the property is what we say it is. And as a result, we should be looking to sign one of those 2 people up at the property. Now remember, I'm in Spain. I can't meet someone at a property in Wolverhampton. So after we sent the video, my virtual assistants then communicate, we arrange a time with my property manager who is within Wolverhampton, and they arrange to meet the property manager. The property manager will then do the interview process, and then if one of them is happy, it then goes back to the virtual assistant, who will then go off and conduct all the necessary searches and checks and also do the paperwork. So this tenant then has the ability to move in without physically meeting me, and is actually dealing with my team. And both properties, I'm glad to inform, have actually been let whilst I've been away. They paid the deposit. The only bit of work I've had to do in this whole process is actually just check that the money's come in the bank. So Jim, we've come a long way in the property world, would you agree?
Yeah.
Because can you imagine the days where we had to advertise on the back of the paper? And these are the things that the investors of today probably would never have come across. You know, the adverts that we used to put in newspaper shops, the adverts we used to put in the back of the newspaper, taking the physical calls, arranging all the viewings for all the properties, and then going to meet and wasting a lot of time. But I completely get where you are. I understand that you still enjoy it, but at some point we have to progress. With technology that's progressing everything, it allows it to make it easier so that we can do stuff that we enjoy, which is stuff like this. And we're in a beautiful surrounding, and we wouldn't be able to do this if we hadn't have already put that hard work in place. So Jim, any further final thoughts on that?
No, I agree. It works. But even without the technology and all the rest of it, you can simplify things so much so. Talking about the viewings, you just do block viewings. It's not convenient for the tenants particularly, but it's a way around the problems. So there's little other tips. You don't have to get to the final destination all at once. You can every day make your better property better.
Enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey, better and better. Listen to podcasts like people like Arsh, giving you valuable tips which will save you a lot of time.
So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed that video. First of all, I want to say happy birthday to Jim. We've been treating Jim all throughout the cruise and all throughout the trip, so I'm hoping he's enjoying it.
I am indeed.
But more importantly, as I said at the start of this video is sponsored by the Property Investor app, which is the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. Whether you're looking for that below market value deal, that rent to rent deal, that lease option deal, we've got them all there. Now, there are 2 ways to get involved. You can either go to the website, which is propertyinvestораpp.co.uk, or if you've got a smartphone, you can go to the App Store, type in Property Investor and download it from there. As well as that, if you want more free content, as we said, you can go to Jim's website, which is hmodaddy.co.uk.
No, .com.
HMODaddy.com. He's got lots of free resources and other paid for resources on there. Go and check that out. As well as that, if you want to listen to my podcast, we release a podcast every Tuesday at 6 a.m. called The Property Rebel, and it's 15 minutes of golden nuggets. Go and check it out. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, just to name a few. If you want to be social, with me and Jim, we're both on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse, and I'm on TikTok, all under the handle of Arsh. Go and check out Jim under HMO Daddy and Jim Haliburton. And finally, on that note, guys, I wish you, as always, to be be safe, well and happy, whatever you're doing, wherever you are around the world. I wish you all the best on your property journey. Jim, any final things that you want to say?
Just a great pleasure talking to you, and enjoy yourselves. It's beautiful here. I'm going to sit down and have a beer now.
Take care, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.